It's Friday night, and you know what that means. Penelope has a referee all tied up. And on that note, I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Rampage. 4 matches, a couple interesting things that happened, but honestly, Rampage is so goddamn throwaway. You really could watch maybe like the opening match or the closing match, whichever one particular match interests you, not watch anything else, or maybe just skip the show altogether for a few months and not really miss shit, because unfortunately there isn't a lot of really, there isn't a lot of meaty shit going on Rampage, even though the talents are trying, whether it's tape, whether it's live. So we have JR, Excalibur, and Shivani on commentary. Jon Moxley already in the ring, because otherwise it would have taken about 15 years for him to get to the ring, taking on Takeshita. And you know what? This is pretty good. There were a lot of the usual tropes, the chops, the chops, the elbows, and the chops. Moxley bleeding because it's a day that ends in Y, and a day that's taking place on this planet or in this universe, Moxley is going to bleed. I like some of Moxley's matches, and actually, for the most part, I enjoy watching Moxley wrestle, but the fact that he bleeds every single goddamn match, it's getting ridiculous. So anyway, Moxley got booed because I think the fans are really starting to turn on him. It's not that they don't respect him. He overcame addiction. Great for him. He seems to be living the best life. I'm glad he's healthy. But they were booing him in the MJF feud leading up to Full Gear and at Full Gear, and I think that's going to continue. He's probably going to have to take that vacation sometime right after Revolution. So anyway, Callis was watching from the skybox. He had to keep away from most of the women from a quarter-point distance. If you know, you know. There were good moments here. Takeshita kicking out the Death Rider at 1. He did a nice brainbuster a little bit earlier before that. And the stomps from Takeshita. He kept trying to fight out of the choke, but eventually the choke got him, and that was it. He went out, and Jon Moxley got the victory. Okay. Despite the fact that Takeshita, along with a lot of others, did a lot of that goofy shit in DDT Pro and wherever else, wrestling the kids, Takeshita's a good athlete. He's a really good athlete. He's got that star quality. He has a lot of fans that love him, and I can't fault him for that. He is pretty goddamn good in the ring. So anyway, here's Hangman with a mic. The doctor won't clear me because of my brain, so I'm probably not thinking clearly, so let's fight. And then Claudio and Yuta came out during this fracas. And then Hangman took a post spot. So they're going to do a concussion Adam Page, as it were. A friend of mine told me that, and I tried to use it, and I totally butchered it because I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. So anyway, Hangman versus Mox on the first Dynamite of the year, maybe. I just hope Hangman's going to be alright. I actually hope maybe they're working the whole thing about him not being cleared, but whatever. So, the Book of Hobbs, where he's been and what he's going to take from people. It seems like these vignettes are getting repetitive. I like the fact they're telling more of Hobbs' outside story. Just wish maybe these things were a little bit longer than about 15 to 30 seconds. Anyway, Stokely is doing a news report from a parking garage. Something about a piece of footage where Hook didn't actually have his foot under the bottom rope. And I didn't know that children were allowed to be left unsupervised in the parking garage. So anyway, Sheeta took on the bunny with Penelope Ford for the Regina de Wave Championship. I don't know what that is. I have a goddamn clue what that is. I'm not knocking it. I just don't know. I want Sheeta to cane me in the face is what I know. Sheeta has improved quite a bit. The bunny, I'm glad she overcame an apparent neck injury that she had. She's still not very good in the ring. She's not the worst I've seen. Sheeta ends up at one point, Sheeta, gives it to Penelope and the bunny in the face. At one point, doing a Meteora right out there, and then Katana kick 1, 2, 3, and we're getting Sheeta versus Jamie Hayter. I will be totally fine during that match, and don't you dare say otherwise. So we get a Mercedes and Athena package. Good to hear from Ian Riccaboni on this. Big Willie Billy. That's going to be his name now. It's Big Bill, a.k.a. William Ass Morrissey, a.k.a. Big Ass. Big Willie Billy. That is going to be his name now. Why? Because he's a fucking idiot. And he's a nuisance. And he's not very... Yeah, he's got himself in better shape, and he's still not all that good. Lee Moriarty was his tag partner, taking on Clayton Bloodstone, which is a great name, and Izzy James. Okay, Lee's quite good, and descended with a choke slam pretty quickly. That was about it. Kingston and Ortiz talk about the House of Black. That was just a really quick pre-tape. Kingston's like, I don't care, let's just fight. Well, alright. So we get a final battle rundown. Jeff Cobb suddenly on the card against Mystico, I think. I'm not going to be watching Final Battle due in large part to the fact my time is limited. I already paid $50 for Full Gear. I only maybe want to see 2 of the matches. And I hope other people, purchase it. Do it through legal methods. Support the talents properly. But $40 for that, sorry, no. I hope that the talents have a knockdown, drag-out show, and I hope the crowd in attendance and the fans watching at home enjoy it. Plus, if be working, I have to watch NXT Deadline, and I'm already going to be tired watching that. I don't have time to play catch-up. I have about, a week straight, worth of work to do. So anyway, nevertheless, we get an onslaught of video packages. And who is the mystery opponent that Kip Sabian chose? It's Trent Seven, formerly of Mustache Mountain, formerly a British Strong Style. And fun fact, I met Trent and Tyler Bate at a Progress/Defy show in August of 2018. It is wild to think how long that's been. And I know that Trent's near 40 or close to it. It looks like he just has, he's like, you know what, I'm not going to bother dyeing my hair anymore. It is what it is. Trent's a good enough worker, more of a throwback, and I do want to say Trent and Tyler were really, really nice. So anyway, yeah, it's Orange Cassidy with Friends versus Trent Seven. Well, another Trent's on the other side. This is confusing. With Kip and Ford. Well, Kip specifically. All-Lang Championship. Good on Trent. Good on him for getting it. Apparently, he's already part of AEW. He's got a Trent 7 AEW insignia towel. It's an Orange Cassidy match, doing the same stuff he usually does. People that like it. People that are like me, and I know I'm like me, just don't care. There was a twist pile driver at one point. Oh, goddamn brutal. And then there was beach break. Do for 3. And Trent at one point earlier than that crashed into Kip. Then we get both of them attacking. Dustin shows up. I smell a tag match likely on Rampage next week. Why? Why not? So yeah, there you go. Agree, disagree, what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.